poem.
Yes!
It's about that time that Charles and Camilla were having phone sex in the 80s. And he said to her, when German media were tapping in and having a listen, he said to her, I wish I were one of your tampons. It's fact, I haven't made that up. And I thought that was the most romantic thing I've ever heard. So I basically just ran with it. So just remember, anything I say in here is never worse than what he originally said. I wish I was one of your tampons, said Charles, saucily to Camilla one evening in springtime. He was daubed across a four-poster in Sandringham, and she was parked in a stables somewhere north of Epsom. Charles's naked body was wrapped in a burgundy flannelette dressing gown, with a coat of arms on the left breast pocket. He was desperately trying to imagine what Camilla was wearing, but it was much hornier not to ask. He chose to dress her in soiled dungarees and a cotton t-shirt with that famous image of Kate Moss emblazoned across it, with a horse whip in her hand and the meaty smell of ripe manure. I don't use tampons, replied Camilla matter-of-factly. I have trouble keeping them in. You get the gist though, responded Charlie, a little miffed that she wasn't playing along. He knew full well that she preferred fanny rags, but bloody fanny rags don't make for good phone sex material now, do they? How humble it would be to be a 20-pack of super tampons, continued Charles, unfazed. He was hoping he could ease her into this. Tampons without applicators, because I live only to push your tampons up there manually for you, darling, and to taste your sweetness on removal of my royal forefingers. How beautiful life would be to exist solely to absorb your menstrual fluids. To swell so large inside you that exit is no longer an option. To feel closer to you than cardiac arrest. To return to the red waiting room where it all began, metaphorically speaking. Although we all know that incest is sexy and that I regularly fantasize about being back inside my mother's cunt. Sometimes I wish I could get inside you like a car, open up your boot and snuggle inside. I particularly like the coarseness of the carpeting inside your boot, darling. You know what else turns me on? When you open up a horse box and see all those horses' asses staring back at you. It's like they're presenting their bottoms for inspection. Isn't it so frustrating that the tongue is restrained by the frenulum and the fingers are attached to the shoulders? I want to go deeper than that, Millie. I've imagined stepping inside you like Edmund in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I like when Bear Grylls lived inside that camel for a while. I suppose it stems from your insatiable need to be held and to feel warmth, inputted Camilla. Like when you kill an animal, continued Charles. The real earthy warmth you feel when you put your hands in between its internal organs. I love that feeling. You are the breaded meaty casing to my hard-boiled egg, Camilla, said Charles. Camilla could hear his beaming smile in his voice. You know, with tampons, I love the idea of you expelling me by accident when you do your business. You know the sort of shit where you have to take your coat off and hang you've almost forgotten I'm in there. And all that gut squeezing pushes me out too. Before you know it, you're flushed. And you don't realise you've lost me. And you can't put me out because there's too much log jam in the shitter. And you can only see part of me anyway. So you stand there and watch me swirl, steeped in your very own black cherry jam. But you don't worry, because love is all about letting go and coming back later. When you've handled all your life admin, i.e. Diana. When the old sex wolf is running on empty again, eh? If you catch my drift, darling, eh? Are you still there? Yes, dear, pipes up Camilla. I'd love to give you toxic shock, flirty Charles. In response to Camilla's pronounced heavy breathing, he imagined she was touching herself, but in actual fact, she was just having a burn. We are two pieces in a two-piece puzzle that are empty and useless when they are not inserted into each other's holes, philosophised Charles. Remember that time when we'd been fucking for 9 hours straight and the bed had turned into some sort of open sewer? We had both thrown all the shit out of the skip, as it were. And you used the good old corpse reviver handjob on me one too many times. And I took a turn, and you thought I was having a stroke. And you did the fast test on me. Face, is it groovy? Arms, can he raise them? Speech, is it slurred? Time to call 999. And you kept on fucking me because you were confident that if you came, you'd be better placed to save my life. Well, that was the most beautiful thing anyone has ever done for me. Fucking hell, Millie, I'm like a gunship here. I want to blow my load all over your tits right now. How about you get an Uber to mine and we share a furry breakfast? I want to fall asleep on your knees.